Namaskaram and Vanakkam. Welcome to the Spiritual Light Anmeega Oli channel. Since times immemorial, humans have often asked two profound questions. One, how do I lead a successful and satisfactory materialistic life? What is the secret to a happy materialistic life? And two, what is the purpose of my existence? Or who am I? Now, the answers to these questions are available either in scriptures or great epics or historical documents that contain the findings of a few successful people, that is, a few people who have managed to find answers to these questions. However, over a period of time, due to the changing social and cultural conditions, especially in the modern era, we have lost the ability to decode them. And secondly, the general faith in the divine, that is the God or Paramatma, and the concept of a soul, that is Jivatma, has dwindled considerably to the extent that many of us believe that we are only this body and nothing else, that is, there is no soul. As a result, man is struggling to find happiness, to find balance, and of course, to realize the purpose of his or her birth. Fortunately, from time to time, great souls have come to earth to provide guidance and steer humanity on the path of happiness, balance, and self realization. And these great souls were above any religion. We have had great saints walking on this earth for centuries, for thousands of years. And depending on the prevailing conditions, they have provided guidance, which are even valuable today. But again, the changing conditions demand a fresh perspective and, more importantly, the basic knowledge required to interpret the answers provided by the great souls or the great saints. An interesting point to note that the services rendered by these highly realized souls to mankind were very similar to the services that we have seen in the past and present by great social workers and reformers. Of course, their services were in the spiritual world, whereas the social services provided services in the materialistic world, which is equally important. These realized souls were institutions unto themselves. In the modern world, especially in the educational field, we see today that the younger generations, especially over the last 60, 70 years, or even perhaps over a century, have identified and have aspired for excellent education, thereby seeking excellent universities, academic institutions, so as to quench their thirst for education, quality education, the satisfaction of mind, and sometimes a soul stirring experience. Now, interestingly, unlike the thirsty aspiring for the river, when it came to the services by the realized souls, it was the river moving to the drought regions or the thirsty regions. regions. That is, these saints could identify the pockets of civilization or the regions within their country or across their country and moved from one part to the other, providing the guidance that was required for that geographical region and for that civilization that existed. And the history is witness to such great saints. In this regard, there is a difference between the means of commutation in the last 1,000 years or 2,000 years and the modern world today. In the past, let us say 100, 200 years ago, the means of moving from one region to the other, that is, the transportation facilities were very minimum. So the saints would have to spend days, several days together, visiting one village after another or one region after another over a span of months or several years. Gradually that changed and the modern transportation came in, which allowed these spiritual services to be rendered with much lesser effort. And today we are sitting in a world of internet revolution where one can communicate to any other person sitting in the most remote part of the globe without breaking much sweat. And it is exactly this technology that the saints of the modern era, the highly realized souls of the modern era, would like to take advantage of and give the maximum benefit possible so as to put this technology to a very good use. And it is in that spirit that the spiritual light channel comes to you as a river comes to the thirsty. So with this foreword, we present this spiritual light channel, whose objective is to feature short discourses, mainly in Tamil, with English narration. And these discourses will be on the broad topic of spiritual science, that is Anmigam, spirituality, and healthy practices. That is, ஆரோக்கியமான ஒரு பயிற்சி, ஒரு வழக்கம் பழக்கம் for success in materialistic and spiritual life. As Swami Vivekananda once said, that spirituality is the backbone for the materialistic life. Just as we cannot walk, we cannot sit, we cannot carry out any of our regular activities without a healthy spine, we cannot lead a happy materialistic life without a spiritual outlook, without a proper spiritual outlook. Therefore, in these discourses, the special topics of interest are healthy practices for children so as to gain confidence in their studies, relax their minds in times of stress, and how to handle difficulties. Children are the future of this world, so it is very important for them to have a happy childhood, to learn at a very young age how to relax their minds and also face difficulties. We see around in the world today how children are unable to cope even with the smallest disappointment. The next topic of interest or of coverage in these discourses is aimed at householders, that is married individuals, on handling family tensions and achieving physical or mental relaxation. ஸோ ஒன்று வந்து குழந்தைகளுக்காக அவங்க படிப்புல கான்ஃபிடன்ஸ் வாங்கிக்கிறதுக்கு மனசு வந்து எப்படி பலமாக வச்சுக்கணும், எப்படி தைரியமா வச்சுக்கணும். மூணாவது வந்து ஒரு கஷ்டம் வந்தா அதை எப்படி ஃபேஸ் பண்றது. இதுக்கெல்லாம் இந்த டிஸ்கோர்ஸ்ல வந்து நமக்கு ஒரு கைடன்ஸ் கிடைக்கும். ரெண்டாவது வந்து ஃபேமிலி பீப்புள், அவளுக்கு வந்து ஃபேமிலி டென்ஷன்ஸ் எப்படி ஹேண்டில் பண்றது, சரீரத்துல மனசுல வர பாதிப்புலேருந்து எப்படி நமக்கு விமோச்சனம் கிடைக்கிறது, எப்படி ரிலாக்ஸ் பண்ணிக்கிறது, இதுக்கும் இந்த டிஸ்கோர்ஸ்ல கைடன்ஸ் கொடுக்குறாரு. தி செகண்ட் டாபிக் covered in this discourses would be on how to lead a balanced life and achieve equanimity in success and failure. இது வந்து ரொம்ப ரொம்ப முக்கியமான ஒரு டாபிக். ஏன்னா when we are happy or when we are successful, it's easy to be happy, and sometimes or many a times this happiness and this success leads to pride and arrogance, which is not good. At the same time, when we fail, when we are disappointed, it is very easy to get depressed, to get sad, again, which is not good. As we know, the key to happiness in materialistic life or to be on the spiritual path is to first achieve a balance in both success and failure. So the discourses will throw light on how to be balanced, how to achieve equanimity. மூணாவது வந்து we will learn how to connect the spiritual science, that is ancient practices. ஆதி காலத்துல வந்து எப்படி வழக்க பழக்கங்கள் இருந்தது, which were governed by spirituality. ஏன்னா ஒரு வழக்கம் ஒரு பழக்கம் அந்த காலத்துல was not just keeping in mind the health of the body, but also keeping in mind that there is a soul in the body and that the soul has a journey, and also considered the humanity as a whole. அந்த வழக்க பழக்கங்கள், அந்த ஆன்மீக சாஸ்திரம் என்ன இருந்ததோ அதுவும் மாடர்ன் சயின்ஸ்க்கு என்ன கனெக்ஷன், ஹவு டு வி கனெக்ட் both these, because that is the usual conflict that we face today. ஏன்னா மாடர்ன் சயின்ஸ் வந்து ஒரு மாதிரி சொல்றது, ஏன்ஷியன்ட் ப்ராக்டிசஸ் வேற மாதிரி சொல்றது. இந்த ரெண்டு வந்து are they the same or are they at conflict with each other? வேற வேற சொல்றது, வேற வேற விதமா சொல்றதா, இல்ல அந்த வழக்க பழக்கங்கள்ல இந்த மாடர்ன் சயின்ஸ் ஏற்கனவே இருந்துதா அப்படின்னு நம்ம வந்து இந்த டிஸ்கோர்சஸ்ல தெரிஞ்சுக்கலாம். Once we successfully accomplish these three objectives, that is, we have understood, we have started to implement, then in this channel we would like to move to the next step, that is for future to conduct Q&A sessions where the viewers or the subscribers can ask questions relating to Sanatana Dharma, the Vedic or the spiritual science, and overcoming practical difficulties in life or any other related matters. So this is essentially the topic of future. The short termல வந்து இந்த 3 டாபிக் நம்ம முன்னாடி ஸ்பெசிஃபை பண்ணினது இங்க கொடுத்தது தான் நமக்கு இந்த டிஸ்கோர்ஸ் மூலமா நம்ம தெரிஞ்சுக்கலாம். I would like to say now a few words about the saint, about the yogini who will deliver the discourses and give us the required jnanam. The speaker is a yogini and a highly realized soul hailing from a traditional Vedic family in South India. She was born in Kumbakonam, a very ancient place in Tamil Nadu. A motherly figure who has always had the utmost care and love for anyone who has approached her. Her primary mission has been to guide humanity on the path of light, and hence the name of the channel, that gives both materialistic and spiritual success. Over the last 30 plus years, she has not only guided several people from India and abroad, that is Nambanatla, Velinatla, but also spread the divine knowledge of spiritual practices. எத்தனையோ டிஸ்கோர்சஸ் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. எல்லாரும் வந்து நாங்கள் அம்மா அப்படின்னு நாங்கள் கூப்பிடுறோம். ஸோ அம்மா வந்து நிறைய டிஸ்கோர்சஸ் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க on spiritual practices. She has counseled hundreds of individuals through practical advice. ரொம்ப ப்ராக்டிக்கலாக எப்படி மாடர்ன் எரால வாழறது, எப்படி டிஃபிகல்ட்டிஸ் ஃபேஸ் பண்ணுறது. And also importantly, she has healed thousands of individuals, their physical and mental ailments, and has guided many human beings on achieving a fine balance between leading a modern life and following ancient practices. இதை பற்றி நம்ம முன்னாடி பேசியிருக்கோம். இந்த ஸ்பிரிச்சுவல் லைட் சேனல், that is ஆன்மீக ஒளி சேனல் வந்து is a part of her mission to reach out to the community. It's her objective, it's her desire to reach out to the community at large. And the community at large includes everybody in the world, whoever, wherever they are in this planet. In the same way as a mother would like to reach out to her children so that her children have a healthy body, healthy mind, and a strong self-realization. So let us enjoy these discourses, gain valuable knowledge, and most importantly, practice as much as we can from whatever we learn through these discourses. Thank you and Nandri.